Hey guys. How does reincarnation work? Does reincarnation really exist? Most people believe that reincarnation exists. Now, in this video, I want us to delve and dive into the matter of reincarnation. What is reincarnation? In simple terms, reincarnation is when it is believed that a person who is deceased can be reborn somewhere through a body of another person. In other words, the person who passed away can be reborn through a body of somebody somewhere. Now that person begins to live through another different identity than the one they used to have before they passed on. Now, let's delve into the mystery surrounding this. Does reincarnation exist? What I can say is that it doesn't exist in the way that you think it does. It exists. It is not genuinely when a person spirit returns in another form. No. This is how reincarnation works. And in most cases, it happens through two methods, but it's not only through two methods, but there is more. But in most cases, it happens through two methods that I'm going to mention. Number one, reincarnation happens in the hospitals. You see, many hospitals are fields of spirits. Many hospitals are fields of spirits or house of spirits. There are many spirits in many hospitals. Now, some of those spirits are spirits that are called familiar spirits. The familiar spirits that can later become a ghost, and that ghost will then haunt a place. That is why most hospitals have ghosts. If you are spiritually aware, or if you have spiritual eyes, you can be able to see many ghosts in these hospitals. Now, what happens is when a person dies, there will be a familiar spirit in that particular place. That familiar spirit, what it will do, it will look for a host. When you are pregnant, this is why I always say, when you are pregnant, begin to pray for your pregnancy from the moment of conception. If you have impregnated, begin to pray for that pregnancy from the moment of conception. If you are a man, if you are a woman, pray for that pregnancy. Why is it important to pray for pregnancy? That is the very same thing that Hannah did. When Hannah asked for a child from the Lord, what she did was to make a covenant before the child could be conceived. That covenant is the very same covenant that was protecting the child from anything until the time he grew up to serve the Lord. The covenant that the mother had made with God was the covenant that was protecting the child. So you don't have to wait until your child is born to pray for them. Pray for them from the moment of conception. How does it help them? It helps them because when they are born in these hospitals, there are spirits that are bodiless. They are looking for a host. A host is that they are looking for a body to occupy. Although they don't occupy every body, they look for a body that has got the qualities that that familiar spirit needs to continue with the work that it was doing in the previous person. When it identifies those qualities, your child becomes at risk of being possessed by that familiar spirit that will begin to live through the body of your child. This is why you see children who behave out of their age. They behave as if they are old people, like there is an old person living in that child or in that baby. In most cases, these children have been subjected or have been compromised from the moment of birth. There is a spirit, an old spirit that is living inside that child. That child was not dedicated to God. You dedicate your child from the moment of conception, not when they are born and you take them to church. No, the greatest child dedication that matters is a child dedication that comes from a parent, not only from your pastor. So reincarnation is when a familiar spirit rather possesses a body because it remained bodiless when the previous person died. Then it lives in that body and then it grows in that body. Then it continues the work that, because remember, when a body dies, spirits can't operate. So the very same thing happens when familiar spirits have been living in a body and the body dies. They need to look for another host. So when you say you have reincarnated or this person has reincarnated, it is actually the host. That body is the host of a spirit. Number two, this type of reincarnation of familiar spirit, it also happens through naming ceremony or just naming. The moment you say that you are naming your child after so and so or in honor of so and so who lived in your family, maybe probably this person has died. What happens is that you are giving a familiar spirit a license into the life of that person. Now the name, when you say you are naming them after so and so, You are naming them after so and so. What you are doing in the realm of the spirit, if the familiar spirit has been there, what if the familiar spirit has been there? If it has been there, what it does is that now it gets a legal right in the spirit. It gets a licensing from a parent. Then it now begins to live through the child. That your child will become more like or exactly after the person, like the person that you have named them after. Why? Because you have given the operation of the spirits that were operating in that person a license to operate in your child. The agreement of a parent and the refusal or the denial of a parent in a child matters the most. There are certain things that even your pastor cannot protect you from. You as a parent has to make a decision. You see, because it matters the most when coming to legal right in the spiritual realm. So naming is what ushers most familiar spirits, what you think is reincarnation. When a person dies, the genuine death of a person, their spirit goes to the place of the dead. It does not come back to reincarnate. It doesn't. So what you call reincarnation is a familiar spirit that has possessed that body and begins to operate henceforth. So do not entertain reincarnation, because you will be entertaining hosting spirits, demons. May God bless you. Shalom.